This question never grows old. Do cousin marriages contribute to birth defects or mental retardation? Or whether the kids who are born out of cousin marriages, do they become a burden to society, or do they look somehow different from the, the non-cousin marriages? And I just want to extend the conversation on this topic and did some research, some general opinion about it, and also some scientific research, some health research on this topic. And this is not going to settle the question, that's for sure. But we must extend the conversation on this topic, especially when you are in cultures which are mixed cultures, which the world is now becoming, where intermingling of different societies, different people of different origins, when they come together and they see that about 1 billion people around the world, the nations and societies, have been intermarrying, have been marrying among cousins. So, what effect is having on the children? So, we'll look at here the first one here. This is a quick New York Times article on this, and it's saying that contrary to the generally held beliefs and long-standing taboos in America, first cousins can have children together without a great risk of birth defects or genetic disease. Now, this opinion, there's no biological reason, by the way, to discourage cousin marriage. This is what the article is suggesting. And this article was written by Dennis Grady in 2002. So, it's not growing old. So here is some reference this author is quoting here, that the general population, the risk the child will be born with some kind of a serious defect is between 3 to 4% here. If you look at it, between 3 to 4%. When you add the cousin marriages to this, the risk is added by another 1.7 to 2.8 percentage point. So the risk is already there between 3 and 4% without the cousin marriages. And if you go further down, it's saying 93% of the time, nothing is going to happen. Now, if you look at some kind of a scientific evidence, so here's a scientific study, and in this study by some authors here, and this is a scientific study, based on a large number of respondents, and he was saying that the consanguineous marriages, or the cousin marriages, are associated with an increased risk for congenital malformations and autosomal diseases. So this is saying the opposite of what we just read, and not the opposite. Basically, it is emphasizing the risk more than the article was trying to undermine. But at the same time, saying no major adverse association with reproductive parameters or miscarriages were noticed in this study. So bottom line is saying that the risks and the diseases that are associated with cousin marriages are generally vague. The evidence is vague and inconsistent, and that is also, he's not concluding that cousin marriages are actually responsible for birth defects. So it's, again, this study is also leaving it like that. We are looking at now another one here, and in this article, which was published in Business Insider, and this was published in 2017. It's a very interesting article, and he's saying here at the beginning, what do you think that here? What did Queen Victoria, Charles Darwin, and Albert Einstein had common? They all married their first cousins. So you think Darwin of all people, because being the proponent of evolution, he will be more aware of the passing of bad genes, but saying no, it doesn't happen like that. So we move on to the next part. Here is saying the same, is reaffirming what we saw in the earlier two articles. The scientists have crunched numbers and they came out to the same thing, that cousins who have a kid, who inherits a genetic disease, the overall population that is susceptible to that kind of risk is 4 to 7%, and the general population is 3 to 4%. Now, bottom line is at the end they are saying that so far as marrying your cousin is concerned, you shouldn't make it a family tradition. I mean, once in a while is fine if your cousin is the cutest on earth and that's the one left, or you can marry anybody else except your cousin. Once in a while, it's fine, but you should not make it a tradition. That's what probably it comes down to, and I will leave it at that.